Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Realm of the Mad God. Today's Month of the Mad God celebration is 2 of every potion. Now these are soulbound, which means that you can't trade them or anything, but they're free, and so I'm not going to complain. Let's play as our rogue. So many of you probably know that YouTube is not my main gig. I actually am a mechanical engineer by trade, and you know, it's kind of a really fun thing to do. I really enjoy it, first off. But, you know, I can understand why it's not for everybody. However, the reason I became a mechanical engineer, or one of the reasons, is because I really love math and science. And so a lot of you probably know that I like to talk about math and science in my videos sometimes. Oh, I have to do this stupid weight thing. Ugh. All right, and so because I like math and science and talking about math and science, I tend to occasionally talk about science and stuff in my channel. And I will say that I didn't always like math. I was usually pretty good at it, but I didn't actually like math until I hit about Calc 1 and I was doing physics at the same time and everything kind of clicked together. And the reason I like physics is because it's a study of how everything around you interacts and moves and everything. And it's kind of cool because then you can start figuring out the outcome of stuff and you can start designing stuff. And you know, it's one of those things that's just kind of cool to know. But either way, today I wanted to talk to you about one of the kind of core principles of physics, which is Einstein's theory of relativity, or just relativity in general. Now, we're not going to be talking about special relativity. We might get into it a little bit here or there, but for the most part right now, we're just going to talk about plain old relativity. Now, why is this important? Pet stasis. My pet's a chicken! It was already a chick, but now it's like actually a chicken. So why is relativity something that's important? Well, think about it this way. You're watching one of my videos right now. And what are you doing? How fast are you moving while you're watching this video? Most of you are probably sitting at a computer or possibly on a couch. And I'm sure that some of you may be in a car, so ignore the spam at the bottom of the page. So let's just say that you're sitting at your computer watching this video. So if you're sitting at your computer watching this video, then you'll probably say, well, I'm not moving, I'm stationary. And you would be correct. But at the same time, you would also be incorrect because we are right now rotating around the axis. The Earth is rotating around its axis, and it's rotating around its axis at about 1,000 miles per hour if you are at the equator. Of course, it'll be a little bit less if you're you know, further north or south near the poles. But let's just call it 1,000 miles an hour for right now. So you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm moving 1,000 miles an hour. But that also may be incorrect because the Earth is revolving around the sun. And it's revolving around the sun at about 66,000 miles per hour. So far you are going, you're 0 miles an hour, you're going 1,000 miles an hour, and you're going 66,000 miles an hour. Now, which one of these is correct? Well, all of them are correct. And in fact, you're going much, much faster than that because you are on a rock hurtling through space, and you are hurtling through space at something like 1.3 million miles an hour. That's not 135,000. 1.3 million miles an hour. That is very, very fast. And if you were to stop, if the Earth was to stop hurtling through your face, if the Earth would stop hurling through your face, that would be great. If the Earth would stop moving suddenly, you would hit that wall over there at something like 1.3 million miles an hour, which would hurt a lot, but not for very long. So you don't have to worry about that, I suppose. But either way, my point being is that depending on your frame of reference, you could be going quite a bit different speeds, right? And that's what we call relativity. Now this goes for speeds. This also goes for other things, but let's just focus on speeds right now. So that's basically relativity. There's a frame of reference that you're referring to in your measurement. So if you are on a train and the train is going 60 miles an hour, you could say that you're not moving, and this would be completely logical, physics-wise, completely logical. You could say that you're not moving at all, and the Earth is moving around you at 60 miles an hour. And that's because you chose your frame of reference as yourself. You could also choose your frame of reference as a passing car or a light post, or the Earth itself, or the sun, or wherever you want to choose to have your frame of reference. I am absolutely alone in here, aren't I? Alright, well, that was not very great. I mean, we could have tried doing it ourselves. I just feel like we would have died a horrible, horrible, painful, squishy death, which may not be the best thing. But either way, back to relativity, because this is kind of cool. So, why is this important? Well, it's very important because whenever you are measuring something, you have to give a frame of reference. You have to give a place that you are measuring from. So for instance, Surfing is around here. So for instance, let's say you go to the movies and you're like, oh, that movie was really short, right? And maybe the movie was an hour and a half long. You're like, oh, that movie felt really short. Well, that also could be seen as that movie was really long compared to how long it takes to cook minute rice, right? Or that movie was really, really short, depending on if your frame of reference is from now until when the Big Bang happened, really, 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 really long time ago, right? So that is relativity, and it's kind of a cool concept because it's kind of a cool concept because you probably use it a lot without thinking about it. Whenever you say like that was short or that was really long, or you know, any measurement just in general, you are using relativity even if you don't know it. So keep that in mind next time that your girlfriend tells you that was really short in bed. You could look at her and explain how relativity works, or say relativistically speaking, or relatively speaking. Is that correct English? I don't know. And then, you know, she'll fall in love with you because you know about science and everything will be hunky-dory. But anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. We could talk a little bit about special relativity, which is similar in a different kind of way. So I guess we could. How long have we been recording? We haven't been recording that long, I don't think. We've been recording for 11 minutes, very, very quickly. Something that we'll probably get into later. We haven't really done anything in the episode. I have to take into consideration the 2 or 3 minutes that I wasted waiting for the teleport to be back up. So, special relativity. Special relativity is kind of a fun thing. If you've ever watched Back to the Future, let's say, or something that has to do with time travel, then you might know a little bit about special relativity because they tend to reference it a lot. And so there's 3 things that kind of happen. Special relativity has to do with what would happen if you started traveling close to the speed of light. That's what special relativity has to deal with. And there's really 3... Ooh, attack potion. Yes, please. There's really 3 things that would happen. The first and probably most well-known is that time will dilate. And so if you are close to the speed of light, then for you, time will be going slower. And for people around you, it seems like the time for them would be going much quicker. Let's pop into here. There we go. We're probably not going to get this. Yeah, we didn't. That's all right, though. I didn't know there's anybody in here. I was just taking my sweet time, but we did get 2 attack potions, so I can't really complain. And so, another thing that happens when you get close to the speed of light is that, let's teleport over to here. There we go. Is that you become shorter in the direction of your travel. So, one of my favorite questions to ask people in physics, hello turkey, is how fast does a 200-meter train have to be traveling to fit completely within a 100-meter tunnel? Now, most people will be like, it won't fit, or you'll get the answer of, well, if you put a brick wall at the other end and it compresses, which is, I guess, somewhat true, I suppose. But either way, yeah, well, we can do this right. All right, or UDL, that's fine as well. But really what happens is that at about 68% the speed of light is when things half and or double, depending on what it is. So you would have halved in the direction of travel. So the 200-meter train would be about 100 meters at that speed. So, and of course that's relative as well, right? So time for you seems to be slowing down, but if your frame of reference is somewhere else, it could feel like it's speeding up. Like everyone around you is aging quicker because you are aging slower, right? So that's how it ties into regular relativity as well. So, but the third thing that happens, and this one to me is pretty interesting, is that, let's teleport over to here, is that, there we go. The other thing that happens is that you become more massive, which kind of goes against what a lot of people say, doesn't it? Because you're always told that, matter cannot be created nor destroyed. So how does that work? I don't know. I don't pretend to really completely understand it myself. But that is also why people say you can never actually go the speed of light, because as you get closer to the speed of light, hold on one sec. Had to sneeze, but didn't want to sneeze in your guys' face. So, as you get closer to the speed of light, as you approach the speed of light, you'll get more and more and more massive, and therefore it will take more and more and more energy to accelerate you. And eventually, if you hit the speed of light, you'll find out that you'll become infinitely massive, which of course is not something that can happen unless you're Bender and you become a human. Relativistically speaking, that's not the correct use of that phrase. So ignore that last use of that phrase. So that's why it'll take an infinite amount of energy in order to get you up to that speed. And that's also why a lot of people are like, well, if you go faster than the speed of light, then obviously you'll travel backwards in time. And the reason why is because time will start slowing for you as you approach the speed of light. So therefore, if you were to go past the speed of light, then time would go backwards, which, it's not necessarily a true thing. So, but yeah, that's how special relativity works. And of course it depends on your frame of reference as well. Like, for instance, you may seem like you're halved in the direction of travel, but for everyone else, you might seem, I am a baby. That was a weird tangent. You might seem twice as long. You might seem twice as long to yourself, but half as long to everybody else. That's what I'm trying to say. I have to remember how that works. Okay. So, but yeah, there's just a small little tidbit into some things I've been thinking about lately, which is special relativity and relativity. I like to think about this kind of stuff and do research on this kind of stuff. And if that's something that you're interested in, definitely go take a science class. Definitely go take physics, because it's fun and it really is a lot of fun. I think some people find it difficult, but I think the people that find it difficult are the people where people have always told them it's difficult for their entire life, and so they just assume that, and then they don't try. So, but it's like speaking another language, kind of. You just kind of have to figure out how things work a little bit. So, I'm confused. Not about physics. About some areas of physics. There's still a lot of stuff that I don't know, of course. And I'd love to take more physics classes someday, or do more research. Oh man, now I'm hiccuping. All the bodily functions in this recording today. Hopefully not all the other ones. I could do without, like, maybe throwing up and or peeing or defecating during my video. But okay, I was a little bit stuck there. There we go. So yeah, if that kind of stuff interests you, definitely... Ooh, these guys are like way far up there. Definitely check that out. Definitely, I highly recommend everybody to take physics, because it's something that's so relevant to daily life, you know? And the good thing about physics and math that you hear people all the time, they're like, why do I need to take math? I'm never going to use this in my real life. But the reality of it is that you actually will probably... Oh, they already killed it. Wow. They didn't even wait for me. Nah, that's fine. I was not paying attention. I was so psyched about physics because it's an exciting thing. So, but what we're talking about. If you can, definitely take physics, because the good thing that people don't talk about for math and science and stuff is, yes, you do learn about math and you do learn about science, and some people really like that and some people don't. Depends on your personality and everything and what you're good at. But what else it teaches you, which is English probably, the other thing it teaches you is critical and analytical thinking, which is something that you'll find is very, very useful in your daily life, even outside of science and math, and can be carried over to a number of different applications. And so that's why I always recommend everybody take science and math and stuff, because it's good for stuff that's not science and math necessarily as well. You know, there's a lot of different cool things that you learn. So I hope my love for science and math has spoken for itself. And if you guys find this kind of stuff interesting, we could definitely talk about this kind of stuff more if you would like, because I obviously really like talking about it. And so if you guys really like hearing about it, then we can have more videos on the topic. And there's a lot of cool stuff that happens. So we can definitely, we definitely have a lot of material to talk about there. So there we go. Actually use my secondary here. Probably a good thing. Looks like a lot of people have left. No, they're just too far away to register on the bottom right. Gotcha. All right, let's do that. Ah, no. Let's see. Is there any of those things here to break? No, it doesn't look like it. Is it just me and Mike? No, Surfin's still here. Mike's gonna go that way. I'll go this way. This looks like the area we came from. So how do we know if it's already up? You know what I mean? How do we know if we've killed all of them? I don't actually know. I'd like to know, but I don't. There you go. Let's not step in the green goo of doom. I'd rather fight in here with the blue healing force. Let's go over here. Let's see if we kill them all. We can fight the hidden boss, the secret boss. And if not, we'll just call that an episode. I'm sure we've been going for at least 15 minutes now. It's not quite. Not quite. Pandas is here, though. Alright. Ooh. Let's see. How many of these? Is this a set number or is it a random number of these? Oh. I was gonna hop in there and kill some stuff. And wreck some face. But then I got confused. Which is no bueno. Looks like there's some here. Yeah, okay, is this it? Yeah, there we go! Alright. Perfect. Alright, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh god. That was very, very bad. That was almost very, very bad. And probably a great place to stop this episode. So yeah, definitely let me know if you like these talks or not. I got some more stories from school, I'm sure. And we can talk about physics. We can talk about current events and things going on. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I do need to feed my pet. People have been telling me to feed it. I do have this, and maybe we'll do an arena here soon as well. So thanks for reminding me, because I keep forgetting I need to feed him. He's probably starving, poor little guy. Is he even here? Yeah, he is. All right, guys. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.